What's up, Eagles fans? Welcome back to the Film Room presented by Miller Lite. I'm Fran Duffy, joined by former Eagles linebacker Ike Reese. And Ike, we're talking some linebackers today. I know you're excited to talk about the position that you once played. And give us a quick snapshot, your overall thoughts on the Eagles linebacker room coming out of the 2018 season.
Man, injuries, right? With the exception of Nigel Bradham, he was our rock in there for us this year, much like he was during the Super Bowl season. You know, Nigel obviously continues to get better year after year. We all know the talent that's in Jordan Hicks. We just need to get him out there for 16 games. I've always said if he could ever play 16 games, he's a Pro Bowl linebacker.
Got a great number, too.
Yeah. And then my guy, Camus. Yep. When he had his opportunity to go out there, I thought he made the most of his opportunities. And Nate did a nice job when he was able to go in there. So, you know, linebackers aren't as used as much as they used to be. And in this defense, we play a lot of two linebackers. Yep. But some good ones on the free agent market. We have potential there. We just got to put it all together.
Sure. Well, let's start at the top of the list. And I think most people would say the top free agent linebacker, KJ Wright from Seattle. We're going to see him here to the right side of the screen. This is a guy that does everything. Coverage, play the run. He'll attack the quarterback as a blitzer. Does everything you want in a defense.
And that's why he's at the top of the list when you look at the free agent linebackers, because he plays the run very well, plays the pass very well. And you see here the intelligence, being able to recognize that this is a nice little run play that the Chargers wanted to try to run on in there. Did a great job of coming downfield and blowing that play up.
Yeah, I think you could say the same thing for Anthony Barr, a former first-round pick coming out of UCLA. Some people thought he'd be a 3-4 outside linebacker. Yeah. I was very interested to see how he would transition. He's done a nice job for Minnesota as kind of their weak Sam backer.
And another guy that has the ability, I think, to play inside, outside, can play in a 4-3 defense, 3-4 defense. Yep. He's one of those guys that we would consider a 3-down linebacker. Never has to leave the field. Certainly going to be very coveted this offseason.
Can play in reverse and can attack the quarterback as a blitzer, can do a lot of different things. One guy who's been doing it for a long time. We're going to get now into more traditional stacked linebackers, guys that play between the tackles in the tackle box. Here's Vincent Rey, who's been a long-time starter for the Bengals. Kind of fell off a little bit this year, but he plays this zone read perfectly here by Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about his experience, I think that's what's appealing when you look at Ray, because he's a guy you know you're going to be able to trust. He started a lot of football games, seen a lot of different formations or what have you. It's going to be a good asset to any defense that's looking to contend.
Yeah, I think one guy you would say is probably the best pure stacked linebacker on the free agent market. That's C.J. Mosley, former first-round pick out of Alabama. You're checking a lot of boxes when you're talking about C.J. Mosley.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's so typical of a Baltimore Ravens defense. To play linebacker in this defense, you got to be smart, you got to be physical. Ray Lewis set that standard there a long time ago, and C.J. Mosley has done a nice job carrying that torch. Young guy, athletic, another 3-down linebacker, doesn't have to leave the field. Going to be a guy that can be a leader of your defense as well.
Yeah, we talk about athleticism. That is not a question for Quan Alexander.
Yeah.
You see him here, line up right over the center. They did a lot where they were trying to protect him when he was healthy this year, and you're going to see he's just got a free run to the running back. And watch him here. You see that closing speed as he closes in on the back.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of a Derek Brooks type of a linebacker, right? They put those big boys in front of him. They know Quan Alexander has very good speed, going tackle to tackle. You want to allow him to be able to run and make plays. Not as physical at the point of attack, but speed and athleticism is really his special trait.
And you would say the same exact thing about Dion Buchanan, college safety at Washington State. They moved him quickly to linebacker. He fell into a different defensive scheme last year, so wasn't used as often, but you're going to see the quick twitch and the closing speed here against Atlanta.
Yeah, I came up in the wrong era of playing linebacker in this league. This is the era I should be playing in. Dion Buchanan, a lot like myself, right? You know, very small safety, 220-pound guy, but again, going to use that speed, athleticism, and because there are no fullbacks in today's game, you really do want to have linebackers that can run with tight ends, run with wide receivers, and cover running backs as well.
Yeah, and then one last guy we're going to look at, Preston Brown from the Cincinnati Bengals. Played previously for the Buffalo Bills, was very productive there. You see him here in Cincinnati, moving in reverse, making a nice play in coverage.
Yeah, Preston Brown, man. I don't want to date myself here, but, you know, I played for Preston's dad in high school, Mike Brown. Preston Brown, coming out of Louisville, drafted by Buffalo. Very good linebacker. I'm surprised that, you know, he isn't sticking in Cincinnati. Has the ability to play all 3 downs. Big guy as well, can move well for his size. So Preston Brown's a guy that I had some some thoughts about being in midnight green. Yeah, I did.
There's some connections there.
There is, yes.
You got to go with the familiar face. Well, Preston Brown, one of many very intriguing linebackers on the free agent market, and we will see what the Eagles decide to do in that area. But for Reese, I'm Fran Duffy. We'll see you next time here on Film Room, presented by Miller Lite.